guys, how are you today? Today we continue our conversation about content creation because I want to make sure that I share everything that I know about content creation so that when you are talking about your business, you're promoting your business, you're getting people to build that know, like, and trust, that and you have all the tools available in order to make it happen for you. I'm trying to, yeah, today is one of those days, guys. Laptop is working weird, internet is working weird, everything seems to be on the fritz today. But that is not going to stop us from being dynamic. Yeah, it's not going to stop us. So if you're in the comments and you can see me or hear me, just tell me hi, give me some loves, give me some thumbs, some hearts. I'm trying to actually get to the video so that I can share it in my group, which is called Dynamic Business Strategists. So if you're not there, that's where you need to be. But for some reason, my Facebook is not coming up properly, so that it's going to be hard for me to share it today. Hi, Leslie. Yeah, for some reason my my internet and my laptop are conspiring against me to be great today. These things happen, right? These things happen, but it's not going to stop me from sharing the information. So, right, so tag your best friend, share, like, share it across. Make sure you bring in all your business buddies into this particular conversation that we are having today about content creation, guys. Yes. So yesterday we had a really interesting conversation, and I spoke to you about, making sure that at this point in time in your business that you do not ghost your clients, right? That you do not disappear from your clients, because now more than ever they need to hear from you, right? That even though we're going into a second type of lockdown, and things may be shifting in how we do business in the country or even internationally, now is not the time for you to get silent on your audience. Now is the time for you to really up the ante and decide, how am I going to continue to have these conversations? How am I going to continue building these relationships with my audiences, right? How am I going to continue building that know, like, and trust that ultimately leads to the sale? So that is what I want you to keep in mind. But for today's conversation, what I want to talk to you about is the number one mistake a lot of us made. And I made this mistake even when I first started in business. So you're not alone, right? This is a mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs are doing, and why they are not getting an engaged audience, right? They're not getting people to like their posts or respond to their ads or respond to their videos or respond to their blogs or their emails and that kind of thing, right? And that number one mistake that so many of us are doing. And before I jump into there, those of you who are joining us for the very first time, I am Adanna Austin. I am your business coach and consultant, and I work with entrepreneurs like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop the strategies to grow your business. Yes? So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. So that's who I am in a nutshell, and that's who I serve. So I wanted to talk to you about content. So the number one mistake that a lot of us are doing in creating our content is that we are focusing on quantity and not quality, right? So we are focusing on, I need to post 5 times a day, I need to send 6 emails a week, I need to do 3 videos or whatever, right? You're focusing on quantity and not the quality of your content. The mistake I see, because I follow a lot of clients, I follow a lot of people who are in my industry, I follow a lot of people both locally, regionally, and internationally. And this is something across the board for entrepreneurs. Um, the thing is that when you make a decision to share information with your audience, right? You make a decision to show up, right? Because we have to show up in order to get the sales. You make that decision to show up to your audience and engage with them. You also have to make the decision to share quality content. I go by the 80-20 rule. I give a lot of free content. I tell you about my tools, I tell you about my resources, I tell you about my stories, I tell you about how I move from A to Z, I tell you about how I help my clients, I talk specifically about the challenge that you're having and the results that you would get if you implement this particular thing. I jump on people. If people have a question, I go in and I answer as best as I can. Because guys, when you share quality content, and that is content that is rich in information, right? What you're doing is building that know, like, and trust factor. What you are essentially doing is building that relationship and positioning yourself as an authority figure. I know a lot of entrepreneurs have come to me before and said to me they are afraid of sharing too much information because they think that people will steal the information. Well, honey child, if you don't give it to them, somebody else is going to give it to them, and that is the person they're going to buy from. Because if you are only given surface level information, if you're only giving them information that they can literally Google, right? Then what is the purpose of having you around? Right? If you're only giving them surface level information, then they are going to go to the person who is willing to give them a lot more information, a lot more quality content, a lot more in-depth information, right? Because that person would prove to them that I am an authority figure on this particular topic, right? I know what I'm talking about. This is a proof that I know what I'm talking about, not just buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. This is my program. This is why I should sign up. Buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. But when you're thinking about your content, and I don't mean social media alone, guys, even though it really shows up on your social media more than any other platform. But I mean, if you're sending emails, if you're doing videos, if you're writing blogs, even if you're doing interviews on radio or TV or a press interview or whatever, right? You want to give as much information as you can, 80% of the information, and then you sell 20%. It's the same reason, like if you're doing an interview on TV or on radio, they're going to come at 20 questions, right? They're not just going to come and ask you, so what's your name and what do you do? And then that's the end of the interview. No, they're going to ask you questions like, how did you start doing this? What is your passion behind this? How do you stay focused on this? You know, what is your best selling product or service? Why should people buy from you? You know, are you servicing Trinidad and Tobago alone, or are you servicing the region, or, you know, internationally? You know, how did you become an expert in this field? That is why when you're doing interviews, they ask a lot of those questions, because they're trying to build a story around you and your brand and share as much information with their audience, so that their audience can know, like, and trust you, so that after they read the article or they listen to the interview, the next logical step is for them to come and buy from you, because you share that information with them. So when you're thinking about you creating your own content to share with your audience, that is how you need to think, right? What are the questions a reporter would usually ask me? What a reporter asks me if I had to be featured on TV or radio? And you want to take that same information, that rich content, right? That quality content, and share it with your audience. Not just I sell shoes, or I sell phones, or I am a hairdresser, or I do nails, or I'm a social media manager, or I'm a virtual assistant. You know, get into the nitty gritty of why you do what you do, your stories, the tools that you use, transformations you have experienced yourself, transformations that your clients have experienced. Give people enough information so that they can be quite sure that you are the person they want to buy from and they want to deal with. The majority of the coaches that I've worked with, and I've worked with many coaches over, over the last few years, last 5 years, whether it's one-on-one, in group settings, or if I've bought their digital products, number one thing that has always spurred me on to spend money with them is the amount of information that they share, right? Because if I don't know you, I came across your social media feed, or I came across your blog, or I came across your video, you just saying, well, I'm a social media manager and I know how to post on Facebook and I know how to post on Instagram to get you money, is not going to convince me to work with you or to sign up for one of your programs. But if you can tell me, okay, I'm a social media manager, and by utilizing this tool, you can grow from 20% to 50% in as little as 10 days, or just implement this one change in your social media and it will help you to increase by so and so. And they could actually walk you through how they have done it, or give me testimonials of how they've done it, or they can tell me what their own experience has been like, right? Those things convince your audience to buy from you over and over. So guys, when you're thinking about your content, and I know this is a topic that all of us should be excited about, right? Because we're all creating content. We're all sending emails, at least I think. We're all either writing blogs or doing videos or posting on our social media. We're all engaging with other people on our social media. We're all trying to get that interview or whatever it is, right? We are constantly in a process of creating content, right? And what I want you to walk away with in today's discussion is that it's about the quality of your content, right? The quality and not the quantity of your content, which is why you don't need to post every hour on the hour, which is why you don't need to write 15 emails a week, which is why you don't need to do 20 videos a week, right? Because once the quality of the content that you share with your audience is dynamic, it changes their lives, it makes them think, it inspires them, motivates them, and educates them, then getting them to say yes to a sale, getting them to click on the link, getting them to send you a DM or WhatsApp you, or whatever the case may be, whatever your call to action may be, is so much easier. Yeah? Because the quality of your content is what drives your sales. The quality. So you want to always create rich quality content. Content that inspires, motivates, and educates. Guys, you want to move away from those one-liners that says nothing about about the challenges that you're facing, that you're solving with your audience. Stop being lazy. I call those lazy pieces of content. Lazy posts, lazy emails, lazy blogs, lazy videos. We are not lazy entrepreneurs. We are dynamic entrepreneurs who are all working to become millionaires. Yes? In agreement? And in order for us to do that, we have to start with quality, rich content. Content that is going to inspire, motivate, and educate your audience. So I always tell my clients, like, stop dangling the carrot in front of your audience. You just dangling the tip of the thing, right? They'll be like, oh my God, look, she has a carrot. I really like carrots. But you're just dangling it in front of them. Eventually, they'll just be like, listen, I can't taste the carrot. I don't know if the carrot is good. I can't really even see the size of the carrot. I can't even see if the carrot healthy. So you know what? I'm going to move across to somebody else who is giving me the opportunity to touch the carrot, to examine the carrot, to make sure the carrot doesn't have any blemishes, right? Might even give me an opportunity to cut off piece of the carrot and make a salad with the carrot, right? Those are the people I'm going to buy from, as opposed to the person who is just simply dangling that carrot in front of me. And that is the difference between your 80-20 rule, because once they get a piece of the carrot and they say, okay, this person produces really good quality carrots that taste good, that are sweet, then you know what? Let me go and buy a bag of carrots from them. Not just one, but let me go and buy a bag of carrots from them. And that is because you've given them quality content. Guys, I want to hammer this in your head so badly, that the quality of your content is so important. Yes, quality of your content is so very important, guys. And I don't want you to forget that. And I want you to, as you go about your day to day, as you start to plan your content for the next week, for the next 2 weeks, for the next month, always ask yourself, what is the quality of this content? Am I sharing enough information with my audience? Am I inspiring them, motivating them, or educating them? And there's a reason um, a lot of us, feel challenged by sharing quality content. Besides the laziness, right? We'll push that aside. Is because it's based in fear. It's based in, like, I don't want to share content because I don't want to share too much content because somebody's going to thief it. That's number one, fear. And the second part is, I don't want to share quality content because I don't feel secure enough in what I am saying. Right? So once you don't feel secure enough in what you're selling, your audience is not going to feel secure enough to buy from you. It works. That is how it works, right? If you are not secure in the information that you're sharing with your audience, you are not like, I know this, I have used this, I have implemented this for myself, I've gotten results from this. If you are not standing strong in your own conviction of how great you are, how great your product is, how great your service is, if you cannot stand in it, that is when you have fear. That is when the fear develops in sharing the quality content. And that is something that you have to work on, right? Which is something that we can talk about in another video, right? But that is something you have to work on. So you need to understand where that fear is coming from and make a decision to, yes, feel the fear, understand the fear, but then, okay, what am I going to do? Make a decision to make a difference. Yeah? Because your audience expects quality content from you. They expect quality results from you. Yeah. And you have to move past this halfway kind of information, those lazy kind of posts. I'm not a great fan of like motivational Mondays and all those kind of things, because I just feel like everybody is doing it, yeah, but like, how is it related to my business? How am I tying that into teaching my audience something? And a lot of people, the other thing that a lot of people do, so they just pull a meme from Pinterest or something and share it, or they just see an article somewhere and they just share the link, and they don't give their own views on why they're sharing this thing. Why is this important to you? Why did this show up for you? What are your own thoughts about it? Do you agree with it? And if you do, why? And if you don't agree with it, why don't you agree with it as well? You know what I mean? And I find that I tell my clients, I call that lazy posting, right? People want to know what you think. People want to know what your thought process is. People want to know, like, why do you follow these people? Why are you in agreement with this? Right? That's how you start to get engagement and stuff as well, right? And that is what you want. You want that kind of quality. You want to share information that is going to get your audience excited and get them into the habit of responding to the things that you post, or replying to the things that you post, or sharing the things that you post. If you're just simply pulling things from Pinterest and dropping it, or taking links, an article link and dropping it, and not sharing your own views, whether agree or disagree, or you're just sharing emails where you are sharing, let's say, pictures of your product, and you're just saying, buy from me. Right? You want to give your audience a compelling reason to trust you. Tell them about your products or services. Tell them the benefits, not the feature. Tell them the benefits. Tell them the results they are going to get when they buy these things from you. Right, guys, listen to me. It makes a huge difference in getting a no and a yes. It makes a huge difference, the quality of your content. So that is my message for you today. As you know, the 5-day content creation challenge starts next week, Monday. What we're going to do next week, Monday, is work together for 5 days in a private Facebook group where I come live at 12 noon every single day, and I share with you some strategies about creating content. But what is going to be different about this particular challenge is that we're going to create a 30-day content calendar in just 5 days, right? We're going to take our time and create content for everybody. Everybody who's going to join is going to create their own 30-day content calendar. And we're not just going to think about a topic and create the calendar, but we're going to make sure that the content that you create in the calendar is rich quality content, right? Content that is going to get your audience excited, content that is going to get them engaged, and content that is going to ultimately lead to the sales, right? And different types of content, different pieces of content, because we have to share different pieces of content, different types of content with our audience, right? Which is something we'll talk about tomorrow, right? So the 5-day challenge, which begins on August 24th. If you go into the comments, I will drop the link with all the information about the challenge, and you just click on the link. It's $100 to join, 100 TT. Click on the link, join us in the challenge, and let's get you started on creating quality content and creating a 30-day content calendar that you can literally rinse and repeat, so that you don't spend days every month trying to come up with content, because you already have so much content in front of you that you are not utilizing. Yeah. So the challenge starts next week, Monday, which is the 24th of August. And as I said, it's a 5-day challenge. It's $100 investment, and you are going to be you're going to get access to me in a private Facebook group where, besides me coming live every single day, you get the opportunity to ask me anything about your content. You get to share your content with me so that I can help you tweak it and really make it the best type of content that it can possibly be. So look out for the link in the comments, guys, right? So that you can sign up for the 5-day challenge ASAP, right? And I'll join you again tomorrow lunchtime just to talk to you a little bit more about your content creation and some of the things that you should be employing in your content creation journey. Yes, enjoy the rest of the day. Guys, be safe, follow the rules, and let's all go through this journey together. Yeah, see you all in the challenge. Bye.